Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a review on the JX3 hybrid saddle and sticks. Daniel Williams, he wanted to try it out, so we went out to the woods and tried it out, and you'll see the results, how he liked it. But first off, I want to tell you, listen, I don't get locked down to any one specific way of hunting, whether it's bow hunting, gun hunting, whatever. I like doing it all, you know, rifle, muzzleloader, bow, you know. I have crossbow hunted a little bit, but I haven't killed anything with them yet. Just certain situations where I'd use a crossbow. But love bow hunting, and I love muzzleloader hunting. But you know, and you know, when it comes rifle season, got to play that. But anyway, on these tree stands, I love a variety. I mean, there's certain situations where I prefer a climber. Certain situations where I would prefer a pack-in lock-on. You know, there's certain situations where I like slipping a lock-on in ahead of time and getting it put up where I can ease down there. It's like a tight area, ease down there and slip in without any chance of screwing up, you know, making any kind of goofy noise. And then the hybrid saddle, the JX3, is a unique thing about, you know, I would really say that I would prefer to use it, say, hunting a cutover, you know, something where I can get behind trees, where I'm using it, you know, behind trees for cover, extra cover on areas that's open in front of me. Maybe a food plot early season, maybe late season, you know, bow hunting stuff. But anyway, I don't want to be locked down, so I'm going to explain that right now. I'm not locked down to any kind of specific, you know, climber, whatever. You know, I use a summit climber, I use API, you know, I got different lock-ons, just whatever I feel is built good enough, strong enough for me. And on this JX3 hybrid, you're gonna see it's a real cool tool, very unique, very innovative, you know, a little bit heavier than the newer style saddles, but to me, you know, I haven't even tried one of them on yet. Never been up a tree with a new style, the diaper saddles, however you want to call them. I mean, they're cool. If I was younger and lighter, you know, that would maybe be better. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't try one, I just haven't, you know. The JX3 I have is the way it is. I like it designed, and it's just crazy comfortable, as you're gonna see in this video, so we're gonna check it out. Okay, this is how I got the sticks packed. Got one of the little twisty things. You can get them at Walmart and Amazon, wherever. You just twist the sticks together, get them secure. You know, I'm gonna put some stealth strips on there this year to make sure they're a lot quieter. You know, they ain't too bad right now, but as long as you're, you know, being perfect. But you get stealth strips and quiet a lot of stuff. And also remember, this is my second year messing with it, so I'm still getting familiarized with it. But all I'm doing is taking them leg straps, which is the straps you walk in with, and then strapping them in there, and that's holding that. So just like that. All right, I've got it on ready to walk. Flat, stable. You know, you can use, some people use these. I don't really care for them that much. You can tighten that up, but this is it. So, packing in like that. It's not, I mean, it's very manageable. I've got them turned back where they won't catch any limbs and stuff. So, but this is the way I would pack it in. So, like I say, I mean, them's the sticks that JX3 offers. You know, they're solid, more robust than some of the sticks. You know, they're a little bit bigger, which all that is your choice and what you get used to. I'm just demonstrating what I have and what they offer. So, but this is how I'd pack in. You know, I've got this still hanging on there, and still got that other little bag on this side, but that would be it. So that's how it is. So, all right, y'all. Well, here's one of the sticks, the ones you climb with. This will be one of the bottom 3 or 4, however it is that you've got. And rope on the left side. Got teeth, polymer teeth. What you'll do whenever you wrap it around the tree is you just go over and around. Just all that is. Pretty simple. This telephone post, it's gonna be loud. Flowing around there, wrapping, pull down. You know, like I said, that thing's gonna be loud. You can take that loose. Look, that's how good it bites in there. If it can bite into a telephone pole and hang in there, then pretty incredible. So that's all it is. You just rope around your teeth, pull down, set it in. There it is, set. I've seen where some people, they go ahead and put their sticks up, then come back down.
Right.
You do that a lot?
I don't. I put mine up as I'm going. I hang 2 sticks, and then I'll hang my other sticks. I've got carabiners on my belt, and I'll hang my other 2 sticks off myself and hang them as I'm climbing. But you can do it either way. It's like we said, we're old. We're not like young 1-stick guys that's going to be hanging and dangling around. So y'all don't be making fun of our big, heavy climbing ladder and everything else, because we're going to make sure we first are safe so that we can kill a deer and not be dead. that's #1 priority in our book at our ages.
Right. Yeah, I ain't ready to die just yet.
Yeah, we ain't in no hurry.
I mean, do all kind of.
Yeah, and you can stay behind the tree. That's what we're not used to using a climber. Is typically we're hunting in front of the tree between the deer and the tree. Whereas on that, when you got a deer coming, that's what I noticed about it last year. My favorite thing about it was being able to stay behind the trunk of the tree.
Yeah, you can hide, and you can, with a bow or whatever, I mean, with a bow, you've got multiple. Now, you're still using the tree.
Right.
To hide behind. This is breaking you up. If you had other limbs break you up, if you come on around, you know, and do whatever. A gun or a muzzleloader, even a crossbow, you know, you got, even with a regular saddle, they say to get your weak side, some of them wrap the tether around them to hold them steady to shoot. That might be tough with this, but with that type of top, you can come around the tree.
Yeah, just walk it all the way around.
Yeah, and this is like laying in a recliner.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't got your knees not on the tree.
Well, and you've even got a solid back brace, which is different than a saddle. My saddle's got a top panel, but that actually has a back on it that's,
got a
man, it's
headrest.
cupped right perfect to your back. Got lumbar support even in it.
Yeah, you got a headrest. You can take these top straps off, you know.
Yeah, right.
That frees you up more. So, this thing with deer hunting, this is key word, you know. A dead-gum buck, especially, can see movement. I don't care where he's at. If his dang head is not pointed at the ground, if it's level, anything to a certain extent moves, he, you know, automatically goes to it.
Right.
So if you're not comfortable and you're moving, you know, sooner or later you're gonna get busted. So these things, you just kick back, you know, control your movement. You ain't doing no body movement. You know, just easing your head around with your face mask, you know, camo, whatever you're using. If you're in limbs and plus you're using a tree for your, you know, for cover, and it makes things, it's kind of a game changer stuff to me as far as this style of hunting. So, you know, like I say, I've never tried one of the regular saddles yet because the adjustment and trying something completely opposite of what I'm used to doing, you know, even though when we was young, we was living on the edge, climbing trees, hugging the tree, just dragging the bottom up with your feet.
Right.
And without a harness. So, without a lineman's belt, but still the older people were changing to something completely different, you know.
Well, and the strength and balance and stuff isn't there either. Right. I mean, I can't do what I used to be able to do. I'm not as flexible. Yeah. Everything else is just different.
Balance, you know, carrying an extra little wash tub on the front of you.
Yeah, that's right.
Once you do it, and it depends on what kind of land you got. Even with public, you can stage sticks.
Yeah,
you know, people leave lock-ons and stuff all the time on public land. You know, you just ain't supposed to damage a tree in most places. You just loosen it up. So you can stage some of them cheaper sticks. You know,
especially the tops. Yeah. Leave all the top up there, take your bottom couple off, and
you know, in private land, if you had cutovers or anything, you could do all kind of stuff without having to spend a bunch of money on a bunch of lane lock-ons. And over time, the maintenance on lock-ons, you know, if you're not taking care of them, if you just leave them, something's gonna rust, break, or something.
Yeah.
You know, so
right.
With this, you're keeping it where you get took care of. But yeah, but Seriously, like Daniel's gonna get it next, but that makes it comfortable. It just, I could hunt out this thing all day. It just,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know what to compare it to as far as this, like I say, because I've not tried a whole lot of this stuff out. So it's well worth the investment to me for this. For if I only use it twice a year or whatever, I'm gonna be comfortable. I feel comfortable. So.
If you can't sit, you can't kill.
Yeah. If you can't be still, that's another thing. If you can't be still.
Yeah, that may be worse than leaving. All you gotta do is scare them once.
Yeah, scare them once. So, that's the worst part about it. You probably just fall asleep. Slobber be run down.
That's right.
All right, we're gonna let Daniel climb up this thing.
Yeah, let me get in this thing. I mean, this feels just like you're in a climber. Like this may be more comfortable than my Summit as far as that back.
It is because you're reclining. You're kind of reclining more to me.
You've got some like a lumbar support. It feels like a fancy office chair instead of a tree. You know what I mean? Instead of your back being against a tree, it's got some give to it. Like it feels good, man. I like that. And this bar right here hits the tree.
Yeah, that's adjustable too.
Yeah, and it keeps your knees off the tree. So I mean, you're when I first saw these, I was thinking that right there would just get in the way and almost be a problem or make a lot of noise. But there's nothing to it, you know. And you don't even notice it's there if you don't want to use it. Even standing up and leaning, you've got so much back support that, I mean, that's nice. That is really nice.
And this is speaking from a man that got a regular saddle. So.
Yeah, and a lot of climbers, you know, but this is to me more comfortable than my climber. It's way more comfortable than regular saddle. But I could sit in this thing all day long. Like this right here is nice. Yeah, I mean, this sucker's it's comfortable. You know, you don't even have to use your feet. Really impressed. The seat in it is just like a Millennium or like the old tree lounges. And it's got that little bit of give to it, so it fits your body. It's not like like those sling seats or anything. Yeah, I'd get busted just up here swinging around. But yeah, you could use this just like a regular saddle too. You can use that as a rest and everything, yeah. But you've got so much brace in your back that it gives you something to press your shoulder blade into when you're pushing into your rifle too.
Right.
You know, whereas in a saddle, you got a little bit of give and play. This gives you a little bit of more of a 2-point, you know, style rest. I mean, it's big. It looks bulky on the ground. It looks like a bunch of stuff. But once you get up here, I mean, it doesn't feel any different than a regular saddle. It don't feel like you got a bunch of stuff on you. All you got in front of you is your bridge and a tether. That's cool. I like that. I don't have to buy one. Just spend more money.
It ain't that much money.
I mean, I'm sure it's worth it. I ain't never been scared to spend money. Yeah, I'm glad we done this. I've been wanting to try this out ever since you got it. It'd be a whole lot easier than packing in a climber.
Oh yeah.
And it sits just as well. I mean, if you were going to come out here and sit daylight to dark like we do, you could do it in there.
Yeah, there's no problem.
Not have to struggle, you know, not have to be completely miserable. I sat in my saddle one day last year for 7 hours. It was the longest I've sat at one time, and it was reasonably comfortable to be a saddle. But like I said, it is a big saddle. It's a 2-panel saddle, and I mean, it did the job for 7 hours, but it was not like sitting in this. You know, and I mean, I don't know if I could sit in it any longer. About 7 hours. Time I come down, I was about ready to come down.
Well, 7 hours for most people is twice as long as most people hunt.
Most people hunt about 4, maybe.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, I like to sit all day long, just because it's so far to get in here. I mean, you ain't got time to come in and out.
Right.
Really.
And when you're comfortable like that, you don't really want to come out because the chance you could miss something, you know.
Yeah, right.
So the longer you stay in the tree, the more chance for opportunity at shooting something. So
yeah, exactly.
You ain't gonna shoot them in the truck.
No.
Or at home. So if you're comfortable and feel good about using something like that, I mean, you just feel like spending more time in the woods.
Right.
So
You ready to go do some scouting?
I'm ready. Unless you want to take you a nap up there or something, you know.
I could stay here and wait on you. See, you just tell me what you find. All right, I'm gonna weigh myself on here. We're gonna see how much this stand weighs to start out with. So 207. $223.
16
So
pounds.
16 pound.
And that's where the head rests, 2 pouches, and your lineman's belt.
That's with everything except sticks,
Right.
whatever you're gonna climb with.
Yeah.
And I mean, in comparison, you got like my mini Viper is 18 pounds,
Naked.
but naked. But
Yeah.
this right here, the difference is the distance from your back. The weight is here, is what it feels like. It feels like there's more weight in this plastic than there is on this back piece, because there's no backwards pulling like on my back at all.
Right.
But you can see the contour of the back part of this right here is shaped just like your back. And it's got a mesh in there like trampoline material, so you can't feel it on your spine. I mean, it actually gives you lumbar support, even to my lower back.
Right.
You know, and I don't even have the belt on or anything. If you attach,
Yeah, as you walk in.
if you're walking in, you're gonna have this on, and you got a chest strap like on a backpack. And you can snug everything up however you want it, but even this belt, I mean, that holds weight up off your back. You know, I mean, I could loosen these straps up just about. Let me see.
Right.
I mean, it's just sitting right there on top of my butt. There's no weight on your back. It's not even pulling on you. But once you tighten it up, man, it gives you so much back support. I mean, it's even comfortable. It's more comfortable wearing it than without it. And if you're going to do a lot of walking, it does not feel like it's 16 pounds. I mean, the weight of this stand compared to the weight distribution on a climber is completely opposite. I guess if you had sticks, you could strap your sticks to the back or to the sides, I guess however you wanted to.
Right. Yeah, you got the straps on the back. Like I carried it in by strapping through here. However you want to do it. You got some other accessory straps you can strap your sticks, but I just laid them across there, so, and it worked pretty good. So anything else you want to put in there, you're tucking in. Your lineman's belt's tucked in there, so whenever you get to the tree, you're gonna take it off and lower them straps down, because these straps right here are actually your leg straps. They're just holding this seat up while you're walking in. So once we get over here to the telephone pole, we're going to show how that kind of works, and to take it off, and then we're going to put on the pole and show you how this fork. So this fork, I've already got it pre-adjusted. That's just me because I like it right there, and we're going to show how that works on the pole. All right, this is one cool thing, is this tether. It's pretty unique, is they got a ball on here. Once you put it through the tree, you just tighten that ball up and it stays where it's at. You've got the crescent knot there. Of course, it's adjustable, but that's a cool safety line. You know, it's specific for JX3. I guess that's the only place I've seen that like that, with that ball there. So that's a pretty neat feature. And I guess you could change this out with that ropeman thing. I haven't got one of them yet to try out, but this right here still works pretty good. It slides up and down good, so you don't have no issue. But you can tighten that ball up and it's there. So pretty neat. That's a pretty neat feature with that.
So when you're walking, you've got these straps, you say stay attached. That's what holds
the
back up.
Right. These straps hold that back, the seat part up.
Right. So you get to your tree, you got
Right.
everything on, you take this off,
Right.
correct? And then these are your leg straps.
That's the leg straps. You just want to drop
So
them off.
You'll unattach those.
Yeah. You'll make sure your lineman belt is out, because you got that tucked. You'll make sure that part is out.
Right. Okay.
So
And then this will stay hooked.
that's right. It'll stay hooked on there like that.
Top of that hook right there on the back.
You climb with it like that. So you go ahead and put it on. We're going over overall training with Daniel. He's green just like me. I've done it a few times, but
I ain't never wore one of these things before, so
we climbed up in the woods with it. But
a little different than my regular saddle. So I'm at a little learning curve here.
yeah, everything
Right,
you
so
try
you got-
new, That's your bridge there. You don't put it on yet until you get ready for it. So you just let it hang.
And then your leg straps.
Leg straps are hanging down between your legs. Just reach between your legs, grab one.
They'll come up right here.
Go up there to that clip, insert.
Just like that.
On in. So now you're ready to climb. You know.
All right, so your bridge, like you're gonna use your lineman's belt if you were climbing.
Right.
And get up the tree. And then once you get to where you want to go.
Right. And I like putting that pretty high. It's kind of.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I leave mine a lot higher than most people, but I'm just more comfortable that way for whatever reason. So assuming we're not going to have to use the lineman's belt.
No. So let the seat down first.
Seat lets down first.
Let the seat just pick straight up. Let it push out a little bit. Let that down.
Heck.
Okay. Now you do your bridge. Pull that across, and it should be a hash. There you go.
Oh yeah. Okay. Like that right there, and that automatically pulls that up.
You automatically hook that, get that kind of adjusted. Then you just start sitting back.
And it just takes the shape of your body.
That's all it does. That telephone pole is gonna make a little noise, but
it didn't make any noise on the tree.
No, it won't make any noise on the tree. That pole was hard as a rock.
Yeah, when we was on the tree, it really surprised me how little noise.
Yeah,
there wasn't any really.
Yeah, that fork would just dig into the bark. So
just weird. It seems like you have to pull that seat up, but you don't.
No, you don't have to do anything. Just sit down.
You lean into it, and it just turns into a seat.
Yeah. You can see how that fork, that fork is just however you want it. I got it adjusted out because I don't want my knees up against the tree.
Yeah,
I want a little bit of space.
Yeah, you're gonna do this knob, and it slides in and out, and gives you different distance from the tree or into the tree. But I mean, man, that like the seat is trampoline material.
Right.
It's just like either if you're used to the old tree lounges or the what's the other ones?
Some of the gorilla stands had that in there. Then now the Millenniums have that. So.
And the Millennium's the same stuff, and the whole back is made out of that too.
Right.
It's got a frame,
like
similar
a
to
polymer frame.
Yeah, kind of like an office chair, but your back is actually against that trampoline material that gives. It doesn't. There's nothing hard touching your back. That to me is one of the most comfortable things about this whole stand. This is more comfortable than a climber.
Oh yeah, most climbers, yes.
By far, to me, this seat is more comfortable than sitting in like a Summit or something against the tree. I mean, it's just extremely comfortable. Plus, you've got, I mean, you can recline a little bit if you want to.
Yeah, and once you get situated, you can take them shoulder straps loose.
Yeah, you can actually, just take them off. Yeah. And these pouches come off too. So I mean, if you didn't want these here, these are an accessory.
Yeah, you can move them down.
You can move them and hang them
to the sides right here.
Yeah, you can hang them off your waist. Yeah. Hang them, wherever you wanted them or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, all you really got to do is grab these. Just loosen that up. Yeah, you can just loosen that up, slip right out of it.
Yeah, yeah, it gives you more freedom.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like I'm just really impressed with how comfortable it is, but how light it feels, like carrying it. Because it looks bulky, you know what I mean? It looks like you'd be like carrying a climber, wouldn't be no different, but
it's not.
But even the weight on it, the thing doesn't weigh like it. I mean, it doesn't carry like it weighs 10 pounds. But that's one thing right there that I like about this as opposed to a regular saddle.
No, strictly, I mean, you can adjust it however you want to.
And even without the straps on or anything, I mean, you could really sit here all day. If you had even some foot platforms, or not platforms, but like a screw-in step or a strap-on step or whatever you needed, even to have just a place to put your feet on top of your on top of your sticks.
Well, if you're on the side of your sticks or whatever, I mean, it could be how you get your stick positioned or how you set up on the side of the sticks to where you want your feet. I mean,
right. A ring of steps would work good on this thing too.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like in a saddle, on a regular saddle. Ring of steps some people like, but it's a lot of pressure on your feet if you're doing a lot of standing or leaning. Whereas in this, I mean, all your pressure, you're just sitting in a seat. So you don't have pressure on your feet or legs. So I think that if you had a ring of steps, it'd just give you somewhere to rest your feet so that they wasn't just dangling, just hanging. You can even put them up high like that. I mean, if you put them up a little bit high, you could use your knee as a gun rest. Right. You know, because in this you're sitting.
Right.
But you can use, I mean, you use a bridge just like you would, you know, a regular saddle.
You got adjustable headrest back there. That's
optional. Yeah, show that.
So you can adjust that, and you can reach back there and pull that up.
Pull up?
Yeah, it just slides
up like in a vehicle?
Yeah.
Oh heck. So I go to sleep.
So.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna sit all day, you could pull that right there up and take the tension off your neck for a little while.
Yeah. That's the difference with a climber, is that leaning back part.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're the old style, them gunslinger stands or something like that, where you were facing the tree, that you were kind of leaning back. Then of course the old tree lounges, you were leaning back, but it was a whole lot bigger, heavier.
Yeah, and I guess, does this adjust that distance?
You can adjust that, yeah.
So if you pull on that, it's gonna, it'll sit you up more and more and more.
Right. I would have that adjusted, like probably maybe pre-climbing or something like that. Get that how you like it, because you got to kind of, to release it, you just reach back there and pull them little straps right there, and that will release it.
Right. So, and I don't know if anybody's familiar with kayaks. That's what this seat reminds me of, is a kayak seat. The back, not having anything behind it, is more comfortable than a kayak seat, but the way it sits and the way it adjusts and everything is just like sitting in a sit on top kayak. Man, I like it. I'll own one after sitting in this thing.
Yeah, I'm one of them hunters that like to have multiple options. You know, I don't like being locked out into one type of thing or one type of stand. So there's plenty of options, or plenty of ways you can hunt with this versus using a climber. So
yeah, well, I mean, even if you didn't want to sit the entire time, I mean, you can stand it in this, the way that it stays, you know, shaped to your body. It's a weird feel when you first put it on, because you feel like you need to pull up, but it's not going anywhere.
Right.
When you bend, it bends.
Right.
You know, so you can stand up and you can move around the tree, or you could lean, you know, if you just want to stand up for a while and stretch, and it feels like you're wearing a regular saddle. It's not in your way. Like I said, it looks big on the ground, but it wears like a saddle. I mean, you just can't really tell the difference, except you got back support. I mean, even leaning in this thing, man, like, I mean, you could about lean and go to sleep just with the headrest and everything. It's like you're laying in a recliner. Well, what all comes with this? Like, if you were to order one off of your thing, for instance, like, do you order everything separately?
The headrest is an add-on, them pouches are add-on, but the rest of it is there. So
it comes with the saddle, comes with your tether, comes with the lineman's belt, and your carabiners, straps. But when you're up in the tree, you'll have leg straps on. Put the shoulder straps back on if you don't have them on already, and then you'll flip your seat up,
flip it back up,
and hook it. Then you can climb down
a lot easier.
Once you get down, you'll have your leg straps is what's going to hold the back.
Right. You just take it off and you'll pack everything up, put your leg straps back around the seat, tuck your lineman's belt back in, reposition your pouches if you want to, if you don't want them hanging out. So
your leg straps come up and they just attach right there, right?
Yep. Then you just cinch them tight, however it is, whatever stuff you got in there, because you can tuck a raincoat, or you can tuck a bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, you could, anything in between there.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of your big hunting packs.
Yeah, I'll usually have the lineman's belt tucked in, and that your tether strap tucked in. That way it's not hanging out. Just kind of tuck them in there before you cinch that up, and then that's kind of out of the way.
Right.
So
I want to show everybody these seats with it off of me. As you can see this frame, it's a hard composite frame, but the seat, or this is the back.
Right.
You can see where it's suspended.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good 3 inches away from that. And it's already shaped like a cradle. I mean, you've got your lumbar support and it just fits your back great. But this right here has nothing under it.
Right.
And when you lean against that, you're not touching that frame.
Yeah,
All
it just forms your body.
Yeah, I mean, your spine, there's no pressure anywhere. And then your seat is the same exact way. All your seat has got are these nylon straps under it. But when you sit on that right there, all you can feel is that trampoline material, just like on a Millennium.
Right.
I'm as impressed with that, all of that aspect of this stand, as I am anything. I mean, that's what's important to me is comfort. I hunt a long time, and I can't sit in a regular saddle for 12 hours. At least I haven't done it yet. I hunted 7 one day last year, and it was long sit. It wouldn't be like sitting in this. I wasn't comfortable, as you'd say. That's that. So what you got for accessories? These right here are separate.
Right, they're you can order them separate. So
it's kind of like a dump pouch. It is zippered. It's got molly loops all over it, and just a bungee.
Bungee, if you want to bungee it around a tree, around the limb, or different way on your pack, I guess different way to hold it down.
Tell you what I'd do. If it was me, you got to place somewhere on that belt. Do it like that right there. And this right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Carry it on that way you're climbing and everything, ain't going nowhere, and all your stuff's right there on your side. And that looks like a chest rig.
Yeah, chest rig with got a little light, milkweed, multiple pockets.
Got tons of pockets, more molly loops, all kind of clips and everything else on it.
It's got a magnetic, I think it snaps down from the top, like to put your phone.
Yeah, or binoculars.
Yeah.
You stick your binoculars in there, man. It's got a phone
holder.
Yeah, phone holder right there. I like that. Huh. All magnetic. This little guy right here, we were talking about it earlier. I like this little thing. Just a little bitty tiny pouch. You open it up, it turns into this big old dump bag. Which, I mean, Lord knows what you use it for, but it'll hold just about anything. What me and him was talking about, I've got a lot of packable insulation and stuff, and it'll fit in that.
Right.
I mean, you could pack your insulation in this bag, clip it, hang it from you. When you got to where you was gonna climb, you could pull it all out of here and put it on, and then this thing would just fold right up into nothing. Instead of having to pack everything into a big backpack, when you're carrying that right there to pack in your insulation.
Yeah, that's neat.
I really like that right there. Backpack, you got 2. Yeah, so you could use it as shoulder straps. You want to attach it, down here for.
Yeah. The other part of it's on the ground that you can set that up however you want.
Yeah, because you could use that.
You could do that as chest pack or a backpack.
Yeah, you can do it either way.
So.
Yeah, they've got so much stuff attached. This right here, you can store stuff in between it too. To be as small as that is, you could.
You put Alabama dough in there nearly.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, that's right. Have a leg sticking up over your head. And it's got molly loops. It's even got a strap on the inside to hold all your stuff tight. You're gonna carry it in there. Good accessories too. It's quality stuff. You can definitely tell it's nice.
Yeah, you can go on them JX3 website and just pick out. They've got a variety of things that they've come up with, and that's code for any kind of hunting that you would need. So,
well, tell us what your discount code is. Like how somebody wants to come buy this stuff, you got a.
Yeah, if you want to use my discount code, it's MP22, and get you. I don't know if the discount's 5 or 10%, but you're gonna be saving money regardless. So, but we appreciate it. But that's, like we say, we've been going through this for a couple of different videos, and it's a real neat bonus type of hunting for me, as far as, because I don't like to be locked down to one type of hunting, one style. So I've got climbers, I got lock-ons, you know, carry-in lock-ons, I got lock-ons that I'll put up, you know, kind of semi-permanent. And then this, you know, can use a couple of things I like to use this for. Is one of them mainly is like for cutover hunting. You know, you can slip into a cutover, it's way back, and climb up a tree, behind the tree, facing the cutover, watching thermal hubs in the cutover, travel corridors or edges, and just have that tree as an extra blockage. Another thing is some of these food plots early season, climb up in them soft tooth trees, get up in there and be situated in them limbs and stuff behind the trees, and you can maneuver yourself around with a bow in that tree on them food plots when eating them soft tooths early. So there's a lot of different functions I could use this for, you know, to go along with my style of hunting. So, and it's a cool too, you know, a cool device and a cool tool, and it's just neat that the technology that people have come up with, and that, you know, I wasn't never even dreamed about anything like that.
No.
That style. The saddle things, the way I could see people inventing them kind of, but the way they come up with this, how they come up with that is very neat. So.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, coming from me or him, I mean, we're climber guys. You know, a lot of the guys that are saddle guys are kind of anti-climber because they're heavy or they're bulky, and you got people going way off back in the woods, but that's what we do. I mean, we hunt out of climbers. So for a transition type stand, this is so beneficial if you're having to carry a climber. If you don't mind sitting in a saddle for 2 or 3 hours at a time, I mean, that's fine too. But with something like this, if you wanted to hunt daylight to dark, you've got the comfort of a really nice climber, if not more comfortable, but you've also got the portability and just the ease of operation. I'm surprised at how light that 16 pounds is. Right. It's the lightest 16 pounds I've ever carried on my back.
Right. That's another thing, my style of hunting, and Daniel's too, is we're minimum, unless I kill a deer or something, minimum 5-6 hour sits. You know, that's all the time. Right. I'm not going in for 2 hours, whatever. So I got to be comfortable. And I'm 58 years old, overweight, so I got to have me some comfort. So yeah, and that comfort in a tree and minimizing your movement, you've got to be comfortable to do that. You know, deer see movement so quick, so if you're not comfortable and you're moving around, you know, trying to reposition because something's pinching the blood to your legs or whatever, you know, that reduces your chances of seeing a deer. So you get somewhere and get situated and it's comfortable and you're not moving, that just increases your odds, and you can stay in a tree longer and, like I say, be comfortable and just not get home and feel like you've been run over by a truck, you know, every day. So comfort is a big plus for me. So, and that's as far as anything I put on, that's the comfortable thing I put on. Mm-hmm. You know, it's questionable whether like a summit climber a bit, but it's a different kind of comfort because you're different position on the tree. So, so I highly recommend it to anybody. So try it out, get you one of them.
That's it. Yeah, guys, if y'all want to try it out or whatever, we're gonna put the discount code on the screen, and I guess have you got a link for it?
Just whenever you go to get on JX3's website, whenever you check out, they'll be able to say a code on there, and just put MP22 and you'll get a discount. So,
MP22. All right.
Just simple as that. Just MP22. So.
Good deal. Well,
John
guys,
Reed and the guys there are great guys. I've met them a couple times. Just great guys, and just, you know, they'll fix you up. So.
Cool, guys. Appreciate y'all joining us. Michael, good to come over to the house and check this thing out. It's cool to be able to see one in person and kind of get to mess with it, you know.
Yeah. A good 90-degree day. Storms are blowing in. So.
Yep, we're about to burn up, so it's time to get back in the air conditioner. But we got to do it now.
We're in training mode.
That's it. There ain't no time to do it during deer season. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all joining us. We'll see y'all on the next video. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah.